Oh, wow. What a day for that to show up.
Yeah.
How does it feel to milk so much money from the nostalgia of fans? Why are you so shit? Thank you. It's a good question.
On a scale of 1 to 420, how much did you blaze it when making the trivia parts of Psychonauts? It was not my intention when writing this job.
I don't want to do like one of those non-apology apologies where you're like, I'm sorry if you were offended, because that's kind of saying, that's what people always say when they aren't
That's what I say. I'm sorry I offended you. You offended that person. That's a fact. You offended that person. This is a chance, like, this is a real human person who was a double fan, who's met you, and there's a chance for us to see, it's like the other side.
Psychonauts 2 is happening.
What? Who leaked that out? And we're gonna make Psychonauts 2 and hopefully crowdfund it.
December 3rd for launching that. We've got...
What? It's a little scary.
So there's a ton of stuff going on right now, and it's kind of breaking me.
We're talking about VR experiences.
As kind of a missing mission between Psychonauts 1 and 2. And we're gonna do the Video Game Awards. Where we are gonna show the trailer for Psychonauts 2 tomorrow.
And send in the Psychonauts.
Oh my god!
So we launched our campaign last night, and I was really nervous, and it went great. I have to say, it was like best case scenario on everything, because I was really nervous because everything is coming in very last minute. A lot of things are not agreed upon, and I was so worried it was going to slip. We had heard that there's another reveal that was supposed to happen in the show, and it leaked early, and so it was cut from the show. And I wanted so much to have that moment on stage where we showed the trailer and people didn't know it was coming and they thought it was a trailer for Call of Duty, and all of a sudden it's this trailer for Psychonauts, and I wanted that moment. And it happened, and it was so great. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go lay down the fan backstage.
Well,
okay.
you guys, man.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's do it, you guys. All right.
Nice job.
Thank you. That's Bonnie Ross. She made Halo. And then people on Twitter were freaking out, and everyone was so nice and happy. And then the campaign just took off even faster than we were expecting. So it's just nice to get that validation that people did actually want the game. And the internet was nice for once, and that was great. I shouldn't say that. The internet's been very nice to me most of the time, part of the time. The funniest one was, man, anyone who backs Tim Schafer, anyone who keeps giving Tim Schafer money after Fez 2 is really bad at pattern recognition. It's like, I can't tell if you're being a genius right now or super stupid. That's what's going on with that campaign.
Give it a refresh, see where we're at.
Welcome to my life.
Oh, it went up like 1,000.
God. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Let's talk about GVR. Hey, Rhombus of Ruin. You can say that really loud. That's right. Hey, give it up to Psychonauts and the Rhombus of Ruin, guys. If you can't wait for Psychonauts 2, we do have something special just for you guys. That's Chad's update. He just started clapping. He's like, I'm excited.
Most of the team now can stop working on the trailers and start working on the game again, which is good.
I think we do a little more polish. We never got around to the barefoot thing, so let's keep working on it.
As a team, we're kind of figuring out how we're wrapping up the end of this year, kind of going into production starting January.
Cool. Great. Awesome. You're public now.
The game was announced, which is really, really cool. So it's good. I was happy to tell everybody that I know like what I'm working on. I'm continuing to do organizational stuff. I'm working on some budgeting stuff and getting staffing running out to the remainder of the project, especially into production, so that we actually have enough people and no other games steal them, especially because by 5 o'clock on the 17th, I am out of here because I have a very important movie to see. So
That's just okay. I'll be leaving that night as well.
Yeah.
So I'll be leaving Earth.
All right, so yeah, we're making this Rhombus of Ruin game. How are we making this Rhombus of Ruin game? Well, let's starting from the back. That's when this game's supposed to be done.
Okay. Can we look at the budget real quick?
Ooh, tiny numbers.
So the animation, because we are looking to hire an animator.
We need somebody to go on Psychonauts too. Also, that's part
Oh, that game.
Could be you, Ray. An open spot.
I gotta do these other things.
Ray's
got it.
Intimately involved with this chart.
Look
Right
at that
now.
chart. Do you want to stick around for this?
It looks like Psychonauts.
Cool. I'm glad. That's good to hear. So we're just starting to ramp up now, and we're just getting things moving. So it's all slowly starting to happen. So everything here was made in Maya, and Unreal basically is a level builder. I kind of work messy, and I have all my stuff in one big file. But basically, I'll break this down to smaller files, where you have like a chair file, for example, like this file here basically gets imported into Unreal, and then we just place it. It's all modular basically. We drop the characters in, and those are slowly coming online now too, which is really cool. So things are slowly coming in.
What the? When did that appear?
The jet is meant to be more of a very small sandbox for your powers. So we want the player to experiment with their powers and figure out like what they can do.
Oh, cool. Oh, look at that. Yeah, here, now you can have it, coach. Can I set it all on fire?
You can.
The whole cabinet, just draw.
Give it a second, give it a second. There you go.
And close it. Oh no, guys, we gotta land. Ah!
We are very close to getting a flaming bag of poop, which is something Brad really, really, really wanted.
Flaming bag of poop would be really good though.
Where did the poop come from?
Good in his honor.
Yes.
So what's your general level of comfort in Unreal at this point?
Oh, look at that. I don't even know what I did.
Well,
Pro at work here. I have not touched this engine before. H stands for hide. Pro tip. And they had gotten to the point where they started needing a look into material dev for just where Psychonauts had come from and where it's going to go in terms of the two generations that it's kind of like that have been since the original. Especially like now that there's just so much more that you can do. Material work was pretty much hand painted before, right? So it didn't have much roughness or specularity or normal mapping going on. Maybe like Raz's helmet did a little bit, but mainly everything was just like painted in shadows. And so you got a really, really strong artistic thumbprint for the game because it was handcrafted. Every single thing was like, you know, an artist touch, like all the way down to the little spatters of paint or the texture of the brush. And I have this kind of wood plank in there that was based on an old one. I'm still working on it, but this is an original Psychonauts texture, rezzed up a little bit. Yeah, being able to res those up and see the world coming together in just like a higher fidelity is pretty exciting. So we're trying to find like that halfway point of like believable materials, but not losing that handcrafted feel that Psychonauts is like, I think resonated with people.
were you given any sort of limits just because of performance and the VR stream?
Nothing yet. I haven't checked any of this stuff in yet, so I'll just check some stuff in and then I'll hear my name and cursing from down the hall. And then we'll know we're at the limits.
So we're kind of changing gears. Up until now, the focus has been making one level look really good, which was the jet, and learning about how that's going to work, and there was a lot of back and forth. Now we're moving forward on, let's get designs locked down, let's build out environments in a rougher, faster sense to get the gameplay kind of foundation put together so we can start moving forward on multiple environments.
The Rhombus Rune team is getting more and more independent. I just have to help them finish the last of the design, and then I can write the dialogue. Whew. Okay. Excellent. All right, you keep up the good work, you virtual people.
Thanks, Tim. Good luck with the writing.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, hint.
Don't we show you my GVR dialogue? Let me show you the awesome GVR dialogue. So I'll turn in a dialogue file like this, and then the team can make comments right here. See? That's a good reaction for me. Nope. There's Chad talking about a puzzle changing. So we talk back and forth in this Google Doc. When is the dialogue that's written so far going to be implemented?
That is
I'd like
a
to
good
see that in the
question.
game before I write more dialogue. I mean, you do your best to just imagine it. It's like a lot. Like all of Grim Fandango was just, I was imagining how the game would be done in my head because I was trying to, we had to get it done so far in advance of when the game actually got wired up. So I was wiring up rooms that had never been drawn. I was just like, he walks into a room, like, you know. And so you do that a lot, predictive writing, do your best, and then you make the stuff, and then you see where all the gaps are, and you're like, okay, what are we missing? And then hopefully you have a smaller amount of work to just pick up.
I mean, we got that new Psychonauts 2 designer coming in, and Tim's head seemed to be on, I gotta start meeting with that guy every day, and that's gonna be my main focus on, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I can put like 1 day a week towards GVR.
Okay.
Because I have this other project. that
I
I'm doing.
know. Who's going to write this game?
Why do you think it takes more than a week, a day? I wrote the last one in a day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In a weird way, like once you make those characters, they're in your head, like they just start talking again, I think. Who knows? Maybe when you play it, you're like, this doesn't sound like them. Except for I never write like this. I write, as you know, with my Pandora Heavy Metal Station on. Slayer. And I've been able to write the dialogue in sections that's been pretty fast. So I think I can just help them with dialogue while I'm designing Psychonauts 2. And it's good because it's all one big Psychonauts world to work in. It helps me because I can put things in both games that speak to each other. And they occasionally play it and say, that doesn't seem very Psychonauts.
Yeah. Your scale is different in the rat. Oh, you're right.
Sure.
Move down to that car with that glass roof. That's where Lily should be now.
And I can't move the...
Well, we can still do a bit of this puzzle, and you can get a sense of it.
I think this one's neat. Is that burning?
That one's
It
not
looks
wood.
metal.
Yeah, that one up there is wood. You got it. There's only 2 that are wood. And then it's a sliding puzzle. It's a little hard to tell what to do without her here, but you can feel kind of how it is to slide the blocks around.
So we got to make a path for her, or is she constantly moving into the empty space?
She's constantly moving into the empty space. But that's sort of the sequence. It's like 5 cars.
It's neat. And the sliding puzzle, it's it's hard to gauge how fast it was. It seemed like it went by really, really fast. I just wish it was like a little slightly harder once you're kind of like taking that skill you learned and then doing a cooler version of it. Like there's one that's just almost the same, but the first one doesn't have any cards you have to burn. You're like, I'll slide around, it's easy. And the next one's like, holy crap, it's all jam-packed. What am I going to do? So you have to figure out, I got to burn all the wood crates and stuff.
Almost everything we show Tim, he wants it to be more elaborate, is his feedback.
And then there's a sliding puzzle with Lily and a guard. So like, if you ever let them in the same place, like you have to like keep them separated or something. I don't know.
Like most of his ideas are good. He'd probably say all, but I'd say most of his ideas are good. And you want to get it in there, but you know the practical side of you is definitely saying, that's a whole new character, that's new animation, that's new work. Is it worth adding those things, or should we take our existing things and polish them and make them better? But you're right, it's always a trade-off with time.
I want to try to hit this in preparation for there being any sort of E3 demo.
We're contractually obligated for E3.
Right.
It's a lot of
It's
work.
limited to like the jet.
I would see that. The opening 6
And
minutes
that's what
of the
we've
game.
talked about. But then that takes us back to the same thing,
Right.
Which is we would need to. Those would be near final.
Well, near final. Near final.
Well, final.
Wow, sorry. It's a long campaign. Friday.
Final weekend.
Are we doing anything over the weekend for the campaign?
I haven't talked about that. I'm sure we'll be on
Yes,
social.
we will. I don't know what though.
Okay, well, first talk about the AMA.
Yeah.
AMA, you preside that conversation. You went,
Now the number 2 question is, what's your big takeaway from doing the Double Fine Adventure doc? Did the transparency gain you more trust or suspicion from your supporters?
we are making a bigger game than we kickstarted. We are delivering it later, but we're paying with our own money. And then to have that framed as a total scam and a ripoff by us just is kind of mind-boggling. You know, after, when we split the game in half, we lost some people forever. And when Gamergate stuff happened, that probably was a chunk of people.
Gamergate turned all these people against you.
There is like a group of people that are hoping that we won't succeed for some weird reason, or that are at least heavily scrutinizing us. And it definitely has been something that's been weighing on a lot of people.
And you question yourself, maybe we do, what the fuck, maybe we don't know what we're doing, who knows?
There's definitely a chance here that lots of people who have issues with Tim or with the Broken Age campaign, will come crawling out and start shouting about the things that they're annoyed by. But I'm quite hopeful that they'll just be kind of drowned out by the people who are excited about Psychonauts 2, which I think will be more people than the people who are mad about one thing or another. So we'll have to see, I guess.
Hopefully our community will look at it and upvote, downvote.
I don't necessarily want the negative questions to be downvoted, because I kind of want this opportunity to have that on record.
Yeah, I just don't want someone to be able to have a look at this mess of an AMA where it's all just pure negativity. So hopefully it's a bit of both.
Yeah, I think it's our main chance to actually address that stuff. I think it's the main opportunity here.
Many people have lost trust in your company due to mishandling of several past game resources. What would you say to ease the fears of those worried by Psychonauts 2 may suffer a similar fate?
Regarding games going over budget, many times in the past I've made the choice to invest more in a game than the original budget specified, and that's because, in the end, my highest priority is the quality of the game. Most of the games you play, not all of them, but more than you think, went over budget and extended their schedules at some point. Double Fine is just more honest and transparent about it. There are many things that lower the risk of Psychonauts 2 going over budget. It's a sequel, and so the gameplay and IP of the game are already known. We are using the Unreal Engine, so we don't have to write an engine from scratch, and our team is much more experienced than when we made the first game. But even after that, if the game has any overages, Double Fine is committed to paying for them ourselves, as we have done in the past. We have shipped 17 games over the 15 years, and overall, we have a great track record of shipping great games and being extremely transparent and honest with our community. This is the more lasting reputation of Double Fine and the reason people can feel confident about Psychonauts 2.
Nice.
Boom.
I would suggest breaking that answer in two and doing the first part. Sorry.
What?
I'm joking.
You don't not today, young man.
I need to make sure that we can really answer their questions and that we've learned from, our first Kickstarter, first round of funding campaign. I sent you a link on Slack
to what?
To a comment, and it might be worth replying to.
If I just say I'm sorry, I feel like I'm saying I did do that thing you're saying I did, but I didn't. I don't want to do one of those non-apology apologies where you're I'm sorry if you were offended, because that's kind of saying, that's what people always say when they aren't apologizing.
I'm sorry I offended you. You offended that person. That's a fact. You offended that person. This is a chance, this is a real human person who was a double fan, who's met you, and there's a chance for us to see it's the other side.
Then I'll just say, I'm sorry I offended you. That was not my intention.
Well, the person you apologized to accepted the apology, and they seemed happier for it.
A lot of people, before Gamergate, I was always the person who said, if you just talk to angry people, angry customers and stuff, you just talk to them, they're usually so happy that you talk to them that they settle down and they talk rationally and they come around to being friendly. And then during Gamergate, there was a lot of just people who were this person does not want to resolve the situation. This person just wants to yell at me or get their point across. And every time I try to talk to them reasonably, they're not interested in coming to consensus or understanding. They just want to yell. And so I kind of gave up on that. And so it's nice to know things can get back to normal, where you can actually engage with someone who's irate and talk them off the ledge and restore that relationship. So we've been doing an AMA all morning. So far, it's going well. But it's there are a lot of just really interesting questions about what Psychonauts going to be like and all this stuff. And then a couple questions that I think are from Bert, because they're pretty. pretty hostile and negative. So, what's your favorite foreign object you've ever stuck in your beard? Your mom.
Oh shit!
That's it.
AMA over.
Okay, so that's that, and the campaign is going well. What's it at now? I don't have my phone. 3.555. Nice.
Moments ago.
Oh man, it'd be nice to hit 4. Really cool. We're going to be doing a live stream tomorrow in here, and it'll be a big old hootenanny for the final hours, which will end tomorrow, 1 p.m. Thank you. Any other questions for me and the doll? Oh, what a lovely pose you gave her. That's nice. Okay. She'll never. Ah.
Cute.
All right. Still have a minute to go, Peter. Keep going.
Another campaign.
Woo! Yeah, it's done. I secretly hoped it would go to 4 million, but it got close. Well, the first time was an unbelievable miracle. This time, you know, kind of by setting the goal at 3.3 million, we're like, the miracle has to happen again. So it can't be seen as a miracle. It has to be like business as usual. This is what we need. And it got it, and so it's really rewarding that everyone, you know, got behind it, and it's amazing that we're going to make the game. But it does feel different because the first one was just like, hey, what? How can this even happen? Where'd this money come from? But since we want it to be kind of, in some ways we want crowdfunding to be a little more boring, in that we want it to be an everyday common experience for funding games.
Mm-hmm.
So just another day at Double Fine. A bunch of people gave us millions of dollars. We're gonna make a game, not big. And most of all, I want to thank all of our backers for making this possible. You guys have always been our boss, and now you're directly our boss without any middleman. So I look forward to making this game with you and all of you people. And now we can. So thank you. Remember, your character is Chad, and you are the project leader of this game.
I'm playing the role of
It's called Rhombus Ruin. It's a VR game featuring this character for Psychonauts.
Double Fine.
You got your lines last night, right? Don't ever tell anyone that we fake all of this footage.